The First World War was a conflict of unprecedented scale and devastation. Millions perished. Empires crumbled. In the aftermath, the world grappled with the enormity of the loss. Across the battle-scarred landscapes of Europe, memorials and cemeteries emerged as powerful testaments to the fallen. These sites of memory serve as solemn reminders of the human cost of war. They stand as enduring tributes to the millions who sacrificed their lives in the trenches. By preserving the memory of the First World War, we strive to ensure that such horrors are never repeated. The Western Front, a 400-mile scar stretching across France and Belgium, witnessed some of the war's most brutal fighting. Today, the landscape bears witness to the past, dotted with countless cemeteries, memorials, and remnants of the war. Some, like the Menin Gate in Ypres, Belgium, are grand and imposing, designed to evoke the sheer scale of the loss. Others, like the countless small cemeteries that dot the countryside, offer a more intimate and personal space for reflection. Each site, regardless of its size or grandeur, serves as a poignant reminder of the war's enduring legacy. These memorials are not merely static monuments to the past, they are living landscapes of memory. Imagine a line drawn across a map of Europe. This is the Western Front, a 400-mile scar etched into the continent's face by 4 years of brutal warfare. From 1914 to 1918, this narrow strip of land became a nightmarish battleground, a labyrinth of trenches, barbed wire, and mud. The fighting was relentless, characterized by new and terrifying technologies like machine guns, poison gas, and heavy artillery. The landscape itself bore the scars of war villages obliterated, forests reduced to splintered stumps, and fertile fields churned into a moonscape of craters and mud. The First World War had a devastating impact on an entire generation. Millions of young men, many barely old enough to shave, were sent to the front lines. They left behind families, loved ones, and dreams for the future, their lives cut tragically short by the conflict. For those who survived, the physical and psychological scars ran deep. The loss of an entire generation had profound social and cultural consequences. From the ashes of war emerged a profound need to remember. Across the former battlefields of the Western Front, a remarkable transformation began to take place. Graveyards were established, memorials erected, and pilgrimages organized. A culture of remembrance began to take root, a way for nations and individuals to come to terms with the devastating legacy of the conflict. The headstones, uniform in their simplicity, stand as silent sentinels, each one a poignant reminder of a life cut short. The creation of these cemeteries marked a significant shift in how societies commemorated war. The city of Ypres, in Belgium, sits amidst the flatlands of Flanders, a region scarred by the trenches of the First World War. Within Ypres' rebuilt walls stands a memorial unlike any other, the Menin Gate. More than just an archway, it has become a solemn symbol of sacrifice. Its vast walls etched with the names of over 54,000 British and Commonwealth soldiers who went missing in the Ypres salient. Completed in 1927, the Menin Gate was designed by Sir Reginald Blomfield. Each evening at 8 p.m., the traffic through the Menin Gate ceases. Beneath the archway, buglers from the local fire brigade sound the last post, a poignant tribute that has been performed almost every single night since 1928. The ceremony is both a solemn act of remembrance and a powerful affirmation of the enduring legacy of the fallen. South of Ypres, in the heart of the Somme region of France, stands another imposing monument, the Thiepval Memorial to the missing of the Somme. This towering archway, designed by Sir Edwin Lutyens, commemorates over 72,000 British and South African soldiers who have no known grave, lost amidst the brutal battles of the Somme offensive. The Thiepval Memorial is a masterpiece of architectural design. The names of the missing, carved onto the vast walls of the memorial, seem to stretch on endlessly. The Somme offensive, which raged from July to November 1916, was one of the bloodiest battles in human history. The Thiepval Memorial stands as a stark reminder of the human cost of that conflict. Near the Belgian town of Passchendaele lies Tyne Cot Cemetery, the largest Commonwealth War Graves Commission cemetery in the world. Here, amidst the tranquil fields of Flanders, rest the remains of almost 12,000 Commonwealth soldiers, most of whom fell during the brutal battles for Passchendaele in 1917. Unlike the grand memorials at Ypres and Thiepval, Tyne Cot Cemetery is characterized by its serene simplicity. Rows upon rows of identical headstones, made of gleaming white Portland stone, stretch out across the gently sloping hillside. Each headstone bears the name, rank, regiment, and date of death of the soldier who lies beneath. Walking among the rows of headstones, one is struck by the sheer scale of the loss. The cemetery is a place of quiet reflection, a testament to the enduring power of memory. The Western Front, once a desolate battleground, has been transformed into a vast landscape of memory. The cemeteries, memorials, and preserved trenches that dot the region serve as powerful reminders of the sacrifices made during the First World War. They are places of pilgrimage, of reflection, and of education. Visiting these sites can be a deeply moving experience. These sites of memory are not just about the past. They are also about the present and the future. They challenge us to remember the sacrifices made, to honor the fallen, and to strive for a world where such horrors are never repeated. The sheer scale of the First World War can be overwhelming. To truly grasp the war's impact, we must turn to personal stories, those individual narratives that bring the human cost of conflict into sharp focus. Scattered among the rows of headstones in cemeteries across the Western Front are countless stories of courage, sacrifice, and loss. There's the story of John Copley, a young British soldier who died on the first day of the Somme offensive, his body never recovered. His name, etched on the Thiepval Memorial, serves as a poignant reminder of the thousands who vanished into the mud and fire of the battlefield. These personal stories breathe life into the history of the First World War, reminding us that behind the statistics were individuals with hopes, dreams, and loved ones. Section 2. Letters from the Trenches. Bridging the gap between generations. One of the most powerful ways to connect with the personal experiences of those who lived through the First World War is through the letters they wrote home. These letters, often penned in cramped dugouts or hastily scribbled during brief moments of respite, offer a glimpse into the daily realities of life on the front lines. Soldiers wrote about the horrors they witnessed, the camaraderie they shared with their comrades, and their longing for home and loved ones. They described the deafening roar of artillery, the ever-present stench of mud and decay, and the constant fear that gnawed at their souls. Reading these letters, a century after they were written, is a humbling experience. The handwriting, often faded and difficult to decipher, becomes a tangible link to the past. The words, filled with a mixture of fear, hope, and resignation, transport us back to the trenches, allowing us to hear the voices of those who were there. Many families treasure these letters as precious heirlooms, passing them down through generations. They serve as a tangible connection to lost loved ones, their words bridging the gap between past and present. For historians and researchers, these letters are invaluable primary sources. offering insights into the thoughts, feelings, and experiences of those who fought in the trenches. Section 3. The Enduring Power of Place. A Pilgrimage of Remembrance. For many descendants of those who fought and died in the First World War, visiting the battlefields and cemeteries of the Western Front is a pilgrimage of profound significance. Standing in the place where a loved one fell, tracing their name on a memorial, or simply walking in the footsteps of those who came before, can be a deeply emotional experience. These pilgrimages are often intergenerational affairs, with grandparents, parents, and children traveling together to honor their shared history. They stand side by side at cemeteries, reading inscriptions on headstones, sharing stories, and laying wreaths in remembrance. The act of visiting these sites of memory is a way of keeping the memory of the fallen alive. It's a chance to reflect on the sacrifices made, to pay respects, and to ensure that the lessons of the past are not forgotten. For many, it's also an opportunity to find closure, to connect with a lost loved one, and to feel a sense of peace. The landscapes of the Western Front, once scarred by war, have become places of healing and remembrance. They serve as a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the human spirit endures, and that the bonds of family and memory can transcend generations, keeping faith with the fallen. The Legacy of Remembrance. The cemeteries and memorials of the Western Front stand as a testament to the enduring legacy of the First World War. They are sacred spaces, imbued with the memories of those who fought and died. They remind us of the human cost of conflict and the importance of peace. Preserving these sites of memory is crucial as the last witnesses fade away. They offer valuable lessons for present and future generations. The act of remembrance is an ongoing process. It's about keeping the stories of the fallen alive and learning from their sacrifices, educating future generations about the horrors of war and the importance of peace. The legacy of the First World War is filled with both sorrow and hope. The cemeteries and memorials of the Western Front stand as enduring symbols of that legacy. The Enduring Vigil. The sun dips below the horizon, casting long shadows across the fields of Flanders. A hush falls over Tyne Cot Cemetery as the last post echoes from a distant bugle, each note clear and mournful, a poignant reminder of the sacrifices made on this hallowed ground. Across the former battlefields, similar scenes of remembrance unfold each day. At the Menin gate, the Thiepval Memorial, and countless other sites, the fallen are honored. These acts of remembrance are a testament to the enduring power of human connection, a legacy for future generations. The generation that experienced the horrors of the First World War firsthand is sadly dwindling. The responsibility to remember and learn from that conflict falls upon us all. These sites challenge us to confront the realities of war. They force us to grapple with the devastating consequences of conflict. By bearing witness to the stories of those who lived through the First World War, we gain a deeper understanding of the sacrifices made. We are inspired by acts of courage, compassion, and resilience, and we are reminded of the urgent need to strive for a more peaceful future. Towards a more peaceful future. The poppy, a symbol of remembrance and hope, blooms each year across the former battlefields of the Western Front. Its vibrant red petals stand in stark contrast to the white headstones that stretch towards the horizon, a poignant reminder of life and loss, of fragility and resilience. The poppy's message is a universal one: to honor the sacrifices of the past, to cherish peace in the present, and to strive for a brighter future. The cemeteries and memorials of the Western Front serve as powerful reminders of our shared humanity. They remind us that regardless of nationality, religion, or background, war affects us all. They challenge us to look beyond our differences, to find common ground, and to work together to build a more just and peaceful world. As we reflect on the lessons of the First World War, let us be inspired by the words of the poet Lawrence Binyon, inscribed on countless memorials across the Western Front. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. Let us honor their sacrifice by striving for a world where war is no longer an option, where dialogue replaces division, and where peace reigns supreme.